Awesome. There we go.
All right. Okay. Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Pawsnickety Pets. This is Kaycee and Shizuka, and we are here with Shane from Grandma Lucy's. And Shane is going to talk to us all about the Grandma Lucy's brand and what you need to know about it. So go ahead.
Awesome. Thanks, Kaycee. I appreciate it. So I know that you wanted me to kind of kick it off, starting with a little history of the brand. So back in 1991, Brienne Shook, the owner of the company, she had a older dog that was named Lucy. She was an 11-year-old Cocker Spaniel, and she became very picky with her diet. She started developing some allergies, needed to more or less be adjusted on what she was eating on the daily. So they went to human grade food. They started developing this and saw the success, started reading the background on different types of foods that were out on the market, and they realized they had something special here, and they wanted to expand on that opportunity and share what they discovered. So as of 1999, that is when the freeze-dried and packaging food of Grandma Lucy's rolled out. So they started previewing this at all the small shows around, going to all the baby events, all the big events, just previewing the brand, testing the waters, and over the next decade, it really blew up. By 2007, they actually released the Artisan line, which they released that as the pet food recall went into place in 2007. So they saw the opportunity there. They saw the way that the market was shifting, and ultimately they became one of the premium brands. So by 2009, we had actually gotten our own custom-built freeze-dried machines in-house. So we started developing everything in-house. Like I mentioned, these are all single-source proteins. Everything is blanched at 170 degrees for 10 minutes to kill off any dangerous bacteria. All of our ingredients are tested highly for chemicals, preservatives, salmonella, lead, the list goes on. We really do things right here. And by 2011, that's actually when we rolled out the Pureformance line. From there, we grew into the Mecana line and the Moxie line. Moxie is a great alternative for raw feed. The Mecana line is a very holistic approach, has a lot of superfoods in it. The Pureformance is really good for dogs that need a special type of diet. If it's a low glycemic profile on that diet. So, and that's also chickpea based compared to the Artisan, which is a russet potato base. So that pretty much builds up the line there. And we do have a simple replacement that is it's a great alternative for any times that they might be post-surgery, upset stomach. It's a white rice with a single protein. And then we also have our baked treats, which, as you know, are pretty awesome. The profile sits well there. That does come out of a human grade bakery as well. So like we said, we're really focused on doing it all right. All of our products are human grade. The treats, I have tried all of them. When I was first hired, I sat down and did a blindfold test with the team, and I had the opportunity to try all of them. And I got to say the blueberry one is definitely my favorite.
I did that live, by the way.
I've heard a lot about the treats and how successful they are. For example, I've heard people stashing away for themselves as a midday snack inside of the store. So that was also really impressive to know. But the big thing for us, the freeze dried, it's easy to rehydrate. It stays good for anywhere from 14 to 18 months, and it is going to be the top premium type of food that you want to serve your dog or pet. We do have the cat line as well. And this goes a long way for just a stable diet. Artisan is going to be a great intro for the line, and then you kind of just develop from there. But that's why the roots were grounded with that Artisan to build. So I think out of the entire line, the most success, obviously that Artisan, but one of the most impressive is definitely that Mecana. We hear a lot of great things just because of the superfoods and really the way that was developed. The air quotes that we kind of throw around that is a vet's dream formula. So that goes a really long way. And we're just focused on, like I mentioned, doing everything right from the beginning to the end of the process. let me touch on. So, a few other things that we always like to talk on. A lot of our ingredients are sourced locally, which is huge. We're supporters of all the locals, which is great. We have only the highest grade quality. We do, a lot of the testing, like I mentioned, but we are GMO free. We do have grain-free products, whole food ingredients, and they're all natural. So that's, really being single source proteins, having that human grade and very, very minimally processed. I think that's really what separates us from the pack. Nonetheless, we're able to back all of our products with the testing, which goes a really long way for the pet owners. And what's trending right now that I've seen on the market is a lot of adopting, a lot of rescuing, which is a very, very awesome thing to see. But we want to make sure that all of these rescues and adoptions are being fed the right formulas. Just making sure that from the beginning of their life until the last time you say hello or goodbye, you want to make sure that you get them the best of the best.
Yeah, I think also you guys, I know you guys do small batch. It's all small batch manufactured too, right? So that's how you keep make sure the quality is there.
Yeah, and everything runs through in-house. We're based out of Southern California, and we are a US-based company, and that goes a long way to make sure that the testing is legitimate, and that's why we run it through house. All of the freeze-dried is done in-house, all of the blanching, so on and so forth.
Nice. Sorry. Sorry, I'm looking through my notes here too. I'm gonna close.
That's okay.
What are some advantages of the way you guys make your food with the freeze drying?
Again, I always like to touch on the testing, but I think that bringing it in-house and knowing that we control the process from, beginning to end, it goes a long way. Being able to really back the product with the knowing that it's going through the quality process that we expect and we think that our customers deserve. I do think that separates us from the pack. A lot of these other companies, they do outsource a lot of this process. So we try to vertically integrate everything within house. So that goes a really long way for us.
I think one of the interesting things about the Grandma Lucy's line that I noticed at first, because I'm the cat mom, right? So dog food and stuff. I know you guys have a line for cats too, but all of this is fairly new to me. I had never seen anything that was with the freeze drying and everything. So when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this tiny little light bag?
Yeah, and when you add the water, I think somewhere around quadruples the volume. It really builds out a solid meal. I think about a pound of our product, so it develops close to 6 cans of premium food. So when you start comparing the numbers there, it also shows that there's a lot of value in the product, even with the pricing too. So I think the quality that you get along with the pricing that we're able to offer, and the long-term effects that it really does, it builds a healthy and a nutritious diet for the pet. That goes a long way. So I think a little bit of balance everywhere, and we've really found a sweet spot in the market. And knowing that we're still family owned, that also speaks volumes. I think that's really special. I'm seeing a company that's doing what Grandma Lucy's is doing currently and still being family owned. That goes a really, really long way.
Yeah, I think that speaks volumes about the kind of company that you all are, and just how well respected you are in general. So I think that's really cool. With the rehydrating though, so Shizuka, I know, has fed her dogs because she has 2 dogs. Sorry, her internet's lagging really bad, so I'm gonna talk for her.
No, that's okay.
But I know she's used it with her dogs because we like to, at the store, we like to test everything out with our own pets and make sure that, our pets like it and we like using it so that our customers will as well. The one thing she noticed, I remember her telling me when she tried the Grandma Lucy's with her dogs, is she said when you rehydrate it, it actually smells like real food. She could tell right away. She was like, oh my gosh, it's like actually smells like chicken and vegetables and like all of this.
Yeah, it's and that's the flakes. Once you rehydrate those flakes, the aroma really builds off of that natural blend. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about though. Yeah, and what's really great about the formula too, I know that a lot of I had a family case where one of our pets was having trouble hydrating. So you can water this down. You can really balance it as much as you want with these meals. You can add as much water as you want, really. You can dilute it as much as you want. You can kind of it's all by preference, which is pretty cool too.
That is cool. I didn't realize that you could, I mean, in my head, I'm like, oh, there's a formula to follow. Like you have to measure it.
Yeah, that's the recommended. That's the way we recommend it for what we would consider a market standard type of blend for this food. But there is also that alternative to add more water, decrease the amount of water, whichever way you want to go with it. But it does help with hydration for animals that do need it.
Nice.
So that's really cool too.
Nice. One thing that we've had customers ask about when they come in the store is, if so a lot of our customers do feed a raw diet, but if they're traveling or, doing anything like that, like they really feel like the Grammalucies is a great substitute in the midst of that and something they're comfortable. So even if they're not Grammalucies all the time, we recommend trying it out in those times as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, and there's also if you join us on our website, we do have small sample packs. I know a lot of people like to grab those and use those as bag stuffers. Really easy on the go. The freeze-dried single treats, which are just a single protein, it is just freeze-dried protein. That is the only ingredient inside of this product. That is a really great alternative as well because it does give you that option to either hydrate the product or leave it as be and use it as a treat.
So speaking of the treats, since you've tried them all, Shizuka and I have only tried one flavor. We've only
I've tried them all, yeah.
So what was your favorite?
The blueberry, definitely the blueberry. And they did the game where they gave me different cookies that were actually, obviously everything's human grade, but they're marketed towards humans. And the Teddy Grahams are just a tinier version of these. So they're just in a way they're bigger Teddy Grahams with less sugar and a lot of flavors. So it was pretty good. The apple ones are really good too.
We do sell a lot of the apple ones. Yeah. So the pumpkin are the biggest sellers for us so far.
The pumpkin actually tastes like pumpkin pie. So yeah, it tastes like Thanksgiving. That's kind of the initial thought that I got from it.
Also recommend people to eat them. Don't we, Kaycee, every time somebody comes in, we're like, you have to try it and let us know which one you like.
Yeah.
And there's people that come in and try different flavor, not for their dogs. I don't think anymore. And they're like, hey, I like the banana one better. I'm gonna try blueberry.
I've actually heard of customers buying it for their kids and using it for their lunches. So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, it's because it has lower sugar than your standard cookies. So a lot of people would stack them in their lunch pail and send them off to school with them.
That's really funny. I love it. I just in general, just the thought of like if it's healthy enough for us, then it's healthy enough for our pets, and that should be the standard.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll hear the pet owners will be a lot more strict on the way that their pet eats or the way that they take their medication or whatever the case might be. It's almost as if they care more about their pet than they do their own body. So it's pretty funny.
A lot of
that. yeah, I can relate. I can relate all too well. So
oh, that's great. See, we've gone over. That's a pretty good. I don't have any more. I don't
even went over everything.
You hit all my check marks on my. That's why I was like earlier.
Yeah, the check marks are easy to kind of run through right at the gate when you're introducing the line, but Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that we have to offer. Along with the single replacements, we do have a few pumpkin pouches, which are a great alternative. If you need anything for of anti-inflammatory issues, skin and coat, bladder, digestive. So yeah, a lot of choices there. We do also have an awesome NutriScan program online, which is really cool. You should check that out. Kind of just it's an allergy test that we offer, so it's really cool. That's something to become a little bit more familiar with. And yeah, from there, we're just kind of working in the right direction of introducing some of the seasonal treats that we have rolling out. I think that we are in the works for a new blend as far as freeze-dried meals. So a lot of things to look forward to in the next year.
Nice. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
We are looking forward to seeing whatever you guys come up with.
We're pretty creative. I've heard a lot of positive feedback from some of the past seasonals. I think we had a gingerbread cookie that was the one that just knocked out of the park. We had I don't even want to start making up flavors because they were pretty creative, but we've done a good job so far. So
Thanks. Well, I know we've got some honey lemon ones sitting in the back storage room of our shop, and we're planning on taking a note from you and doing a live where we try those. So.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's. I'll help you get a full live set going. I'll send you out some treats so you can go through the same process I went through.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for
yeah, thanks again for having me. Appreciate it.
Super fun. And we're grateful for your time today. So
definitely anytime.
Drop them in the comments below. We'll answer them later. Or send us a message to our page and we'll get back to you. And if we answer it, then we're gonna send that to Shane and see if he can help you out.
I'll look forward to your taste test. I'll wait for that video to come out.
All right, we'll let you know.
Spotlight's on you now.
Great. Thank you.
All right, thanks again.